Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. For this week's video, we're going to talk about one mod that every Squier needs. Now perhaps a person can make an argument for replacing the pickups in a Squier, or maybe upgrading the trim and saddles, or maybe gutting the electronics and putting in new pots and switches. Those are, all great upgrades that you could make to a Squier. But there's one other modification that really affects every other aspect of the instrument, including, your own enjoyment and frustration level with the Squier, and that is the tuning machines. Now I've played on a lot of Squiers over the years, and my students have brought them into the studio on a regular basis because they're affordable and generally really great instruments. But when it comes to tuning stability and tuning machines, they can be adequate at best or really frustrating at worst. Another question I get constantly asked on the channel here is what tuning machines are going to fit my Squier. I don't want to modify my guitar and widen holes and drill and all that stuff. Which tuning machines are going to drop in as an upgrade? So to answer that question, we need to talk about two things. First of all, Fender tuning machines will not fit on your Squier. I don't know how that decision came to be, but they're totally different pin sizes. So you can't, say you had a Mexican-made Strat that you upgraded to locking tuners, and you had, the Fender tuning machines around. You couldn't put them on the Squier. It wouldn't work. You can't take Fender locking tuners and put them on your Squier. It won't fit. So that's the first thing to note. Squier and Fender tuning machines do not work together. And secondly, there's only two companies that I know of that make drop-in locking tuning machines for Squier. Now, there's other companies that make regular, tuning machine upgrades, but I think the locking ones are worth the 20 to 30, extra bucks. They're so much better, so much easier to deal with. So I'm going to focus on that. Now, the first company is Hipshot. They have sort of their universal mounting plates that go on the back of the headstock that really enable you to put locking tuning machines on any guitar. And the ones we're going to focus on today are Graphtech. So we're going to be upgrading our Squier, no modifications necessary, with the Graphtech ratio tuning machines. Now I've wanted to try out these tuning machines for a long time because they're really unique. Each single tuning machine has its own unique gear ratio. So that means you're never cranking one string way up just to go up a semitone or a tone, and one of your other strings you only have to crank it a bit to go up a semitone. They're all equalized thanks to those unique gear ratios. So along with the tuning machine upgrade, which is the big one, I figured let's do the nut and the string trees as well. We've got a black Tusk XL nut to put in and some Graphtech string trees as well. All right, let's jump straight into the installation. I'll be back in a couple minutes and we'll talk about what I like and dislike about this new setup. that was easy. I love it when mods go like that. So let's talk about the tuning machines first, because this is the big ticket item. So locking tuning machines, first of all, they look awesome on the Squier. Installation was a snap. There was literally nothing I had to do other than, remove the nuts and washers, swap them in, and away we go. So that's perfect. They are branded for each individual string. So we do have to pay attention to that because, like I said, they all have unique and individual gears on the inside. So they're marked 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So bear that in mind if you're going to install them. But yeah, performance is awesome. I wasn't really used to, only turning them the same amount, but after I tuned up, stretched my strings and tuned up again a few more times, it just all started to feel like second nature. So good job, Graphtech guys. This is really cool. I think they look great, perform great. I do feel like locking tuners hold tune better than even good quality regular ones. I know some people are like, well, locking tuners are just for string changes. But there's a few advantages to locking tuners that regular ones do not have. First of all, you don't have a lot of winds around the tree, around the shaft rather. So when you're tuning up and down, trying to get that right pitch, there's slippage that happens on the winds. Okay, so we eliminate that. We also have the locking mechanism so it can't slip at all. So the winds won't slip and the string won't slip. So those are two advantages that locking tuners provide. And then of course you just have, your ease of use. Another advantage to locking tuners is the gears on the inside are just better, especially than stock tuning machines. So you're gonna get rid of all that slop, where you turn it and the gear kind of turns a bit, but you can kind of feel it's loose on the inside. On high-end locking tuners, you don't have any of that, which again, gives you better tuning stability. Now, as for the nut and the string trees, it's not a big money upgrade. It's easy to do. You just need a little dab of super glue on the back of this one to keep it in place. That's all you need to do. There's been no pinging. I mean, it's a brand new nut, right? And as I was tuning up and down, stretching the strings and stuff, not a single ping happened on the nut, which means it's properly lubricated. It's self-lubricated, so I don't have to add anything to it. And it's just gonna allow the strings to move freely as I bend or use the trem or whatever. So anyway, yeah, happy with those. Hard to tell at this point exactly how much it's gonna help, but I think over time, it's gonna be a great upgrade as well. So there you go. That would be my recommendation for upgrading a Squier. I think upgrading the tuning machines, like I said, is the best bang for your buck. It's going to, really transform the way you interact with your instrument, and all those kind of, tuning instability issues go out the window and you can just enjoy playing it. Now, in terms of sound, unless you're going to mod your guitar for like metal and you want to put high output, noiseless pickups and stuff, I think the pickups in most Squiers sound good. I think we've all seen those videos where somebody takes a Squier and a custom shop, guitar that's like $4,000 or $3,000 more than the Squier and plays them back to back, and the sound is really comparable. So, unless you want a very specific sound out of your Squier, modding the electronics is not needed. And in those videos, I think it just goes to show buying a great amp is the equalizer. It's going to make your $150, $200 Squier sound just as good as the custom shop one. I guess that's a topic for another video. But anyway, if you want to upgrade the sound of your Squier, the best bang for your buck is buying a good amp. Now, in terms of playability, tuning machines is where it's at. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll play you guys out with a little bit more of that jam. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Other than that, have an awesome week, you guys. We'll see you next Monday with a new video. Take care.